Okay, there we go. It's working tonight. No technical issues there. Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of your first online teaching job bootcamp. If you were here last night, let me know in the chat box. And if you are new here tonight, let me know that too in the chat box. And I'll just keep letting people in as they come. But we are going to get started. If you're watching the replay, let me know if you have watched day 1 and if this is your second day that you're watching. So if you are going to be watching the replay, for those that are watching the replay afterwards, join along, be interactive too, so that you get just as much out of this as everybody else. Okay, I was here yesterday. Wow, good. So good job, everybody. So it looks like most of you were here yesterday. I just want to let this one person in the waiting room. Okay, so I don't see anybody that's new here yet. Okay, let's get started. And as we go, if you've got questions, pop them in the chat box and I'll try to get to all of them as we go in along. And if there's anything that we've missed question-wise, there'll be a Q&A session at the end where you can ask any other questions that you want to ask. Yesterday, I did pop, this is the free, just want to put it over here again. This is the free online community for all of those of you that want to join the free online community. Okay, so there'll be like some tips and stuff that go in there and some general info. And just there for teachers to support each other. So that's basically what that is for. That one is free to join. I do have a paid one as well, but this is the free one. So if you're wanting to join that, just click the button over there and you'll be able to join that. And then there's also the free YouTube channel, which I just want to pop in here now so that you've got it. Because on there, if you're looking for info about the TEFL or anything like that, you can pop there and you'll be able to get all the information that you want from there. Let me just see if I can get this quickly here. And I'll paste it in here. Okay, and this is the YouTube channel. There's a whole section on TEFL certificates. If you need them, where to get the best one, what to look out for. So I know lots of people always have TEFL questions, and we're not going to cover that in this bootcamp. So pop over to the YouTube channel, subscribe there, and then you can watch all of that for free. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. So yesterday we covered how the online teaching industry works. And today is where things start to become real, and we're going to focus on getting you ready to apply and to get hired. By the end of today, you'll know exactly what to put on your resume, what to say in your introduction video, and how to approach interviews confidently. Let me just know in the comments, because I didn't actually ask you guys yesterday, but who here has their TEFL certificate and who still is thinking about it and you don't have one yet? Let me just know, like, kind of where you are at. Are you ready to start applying? Let's have a look at that as we go through. Okay, so you're in the right place. If you joined live yesterday, you watched the replay, or you're joining today for the first time, you're in exactly where you're supposed to be. Tap live or replay. So you've already done that. So don't worry to do that, because I went ahead of myself. I did ask you guys that question already. Okay, so let me tick here. Most of you have done the certificate. Okay, so good. If you need, and there's a couple of you that said you haven't done it yet, so don't forget, just pop over to the YouTube channel and you're going to get all that info about the TEFL certificate, because that is a crucial part of applying to teach online. So you kind of want to have that. And I know a lot of people always are asking questions about which certificates are valid and which ones aren't valid. Again, all of those questions are answered there. So just remember just to save that channel so that you can get all that info about because I won't have time to cover the TEFL certificate. Okay. So let's see, for all of you that watched the replay or all of you that were here last night, this is just a quick check-in. What did you take from day one? So like before we start, let me know in the chat. What was your biggest takeaway from yesterday? Maybe have a look and see. What did you guys get out of yesterday? If you're watching the replay, pop it in the comment section too. What was the one thing, if you can say something that you got from yesterday's session? That is possible to do this. It is possible to do this. And like sometimes it feels so scary to do, but it is definitely possible to do it. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Okay. Everything that's worth it is like, if something's so simple and easy to do, then sometimes it's just not worth it, right? Sometimes we have to work for something we really want. I realized that there is support out there to keep the nerves calm. Good. Building confidence and knowledge of the introduction video, etc. Good. Okay, great, guys. The first step is overcoming limiting beliefs, definitely. Helped me not have fear in applying for online teaching. Working from home was definitely my highlight. Yes, definitely. Okay, working from home is amazing. It just allows you to, especially if you have a family and you have children and you're wanting to work around them, or you have a hobby you're wanting to do, then this is the perfect job to do that with. Okay, a confidence booster. Be confident when teaching. And that is a real thing. Like if you appear confident when you're doing your interviews and when you're going for that first demo lesson, it's going to make such a difference as to getting hired. Building confidence to do the introduction video and for the interview. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so today we're going to build your application, okay, because it's so important, our actual application, and that's where a lot of people fall down. Okay, so today we're going to look at your resume, introduction video, interview preparation, and I've added in like some equipment that we might need, but I'm just going to kind of see time-wise if we can get that in for today. So today is all about building the 3 things that you need to get in hired, okay? And that's your resume, your introduction video, and your interview, okay? 3 really important things that you need to be able to do. Okay, and I think all of you were here yesterday, so I'll just briefly say I'm Kathy, and I help teachers just like you get started and give you support in the areas that you need to get started as an online teacher. Okay, and for me, I've been doing this for 6 years now. I've probably taught over 12, 13, 14,000 lessons online, just on my Amazing Talker. I've taught over 6,000 lessons, and then plus there was the companies I worked for before, plus Preply, plus my own private students, and so I'm kind of hitting that amount of, so I've taught a lot of lessons. And always just from my teaching alone, make 2-5 a month. And then obviously I have my other business where I help teachers, where I'm a teacher mentor as well. Okay, so it's definitely possible to earn a good income from teaching online. Okay, but if you're serious about becoming an online teacher, then you need to have the willingness to learn the skills and the knowledge and to implement it in your journey. Okay, and that's like so important. Like you need to have grit and you need to have tenacity and you need to have a deep desire to really make this work, because in the beginning it's tough. In the beginning it's hard. In the beginning you may feel like giving up. So it's important to have a goal and to set yourself a goal and think about what are you dreaming about? What do you want to achieve? What's that goal? Okay, and how am I going to make it happen? And I'm going to have to work hard to make that dream happen, because ultimately maybe you want to become an independent teacher like a year or so down the road, where you have that freedom of your schedule, you have the freedom of to work with who you want to and to charge what you want to and what you're worth. But to get there, you have to have a goal and you have to make it happen. Okay, so let's look at the truth about getting hired. This is what actually gets you hired. Okay, getting hired is not about being perfect. It's not. It's not about everything has to be perfect. It's not. It's about really being clear, being confident, and being prepared. And I can't stress that enough. If you are prepared, it's going to take a lot of stress off of you. It's going to get you that, it's going to, half the time, it's going to get you the job because you are prepared. Like we talked about last night, like finding out more information about the company that you're actually going to apply for, getting all your things ready before you actually start applying so that you're just not winging it as you go along. Okay, so these three things matter even more than what experience matters. Okay, really being clear about who you are, what you do, what you teach, being confident. Because if you are prepared, you're going to be confident. If you're not prepared, you're not going to be confident. Okay, let's look at resumes. Okay, your resume does not need to be impressive. Okay, you're not applying for a CEO job over here, but it has to be, again, clear, it has to be honest, and it has to be relevant. Pop in this in the chat box, okay, because this is interactive. Do resumes stress you out? Like, does creating your resume and your CV for an online teaching position, does it stress you out? Yes, it does. A little bit, a lot. Or it doesn't stress you out. Okay. Elsie says yes. Okay, always, yes, it does. Okay, so we have a lot of yeses coming out over here. Way too much. It stresses me out because I don't have experience. Okay, we're going to talk about that. It's so stressful. A little bit. It does because I do not have online teaching experience due to my lack of experience. Okay, I can see a lot of people are worried about their experience coming through here. I've been a bookkeeper. Rose, you can use that. Okay, you can use that for business English. Okay, you have to think outside of the box. And we're going to talk about that. Okay. So resume basics. Okay. Your resume is your first impression that someone's going to get of you. Okay. Because you're going to send your resume in. It's the first thing the company sees of you because they're not seeing you face to face. And most people make it too complicated. Okay. They make their resumes very complicated. And that's not what it's about. They make it way too long. Okay, so you want in a page or a page and a half, not more than that. Because remember, someone that's going to be reading your resume, they're probably not going to be an English-speaking person. They're going to have English as a second language. So you don't want something that's too complicated. You don't want something that's too long. And you don't want something that's too unclear. It's going to be complicated for them. They're just going to put it on one side and they're not going to worry about it, okay? And it's going to be thrown out before you've even got to the end of it, okay? And maybe you'll have really good resume, but they're not going to be interested in it because it's too long and too complicated. So you have to simplify it. Okay. So a simple resume formula is a clear, professional, beginner-friendly. Okay, your resume, it needs 4 sections. It needs a short profile summary, which is like about 2 or 3 lines, like online teachers supporting learners with, okay, this is just some example sentences here. Teaching or relevant experience that you have, like online teaching, tutoring, classroom, people-focused work, like I saw someone was a bookkeeper. Okay, so things like that you can bring in. Maybe you've worked at a bank and you've trained staff members, or just think outside the box if you haven't had actual teaching experience. Think about what have you done in your daily life that has that you've taught people. Maybe you taught in a Sunday school, maybe you babysat, maybe you helped someone with homework in your own work situations. What did you do? Organize staff, train people, like what can you use? Qualifications and certificates like your TEFL, your degree, and like any training that you are doing in progress, and your skills and your strengths. Communication, patience, lesson planning, working with learners. Okay, so what if you have to look at this from 1, 2, 3, and 4? Okay, your short profile summary, your teaching and relevant experience, qualifications and certificates, or skills and strengths. What do you think? Which section feels the hardest to you? if you have to look at that. Hospitality industry. Raymond, you can use that to your advantage as well. Like you could definitely use that. Okay, 2, teaching or relevant experience. Okay, qualifications. Okay, so with qualifications, obviously, a lot of companies are looking, okay, so like go for your, like if you are working independently, maybe you don't need a TEFL certificate. But the majority of companies are going to ask you for a TEFL certificate. So like that's your first thing that you need. Okay. And some companies might ask you for a degree as well. So not a marketing platform, but on your ESL companies. So have a look and see like what are the actual requirements before you start applying. Do they require a TEFL certificate? Do they require a degree, or do they require anything else? Like, so don't apply to companies that you're not going to qualify for anyway. So if you just have a TEFL degree, then you're going to apply to a company that has a TEFL that only requires it. If you have a degree and a TEFL certificate, you can use both, okay? But if you have a degree, you still have to have a TEFL certificate for most places, okay? So always a TEFL certificate. Okay, running a daycare. So I've had about 8 kids that couldn't speak English, but now they can't speak their own language due to me teaching them in English. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so you can use that. Just be creative, guys, with the way that you do it. 2 and 4, skills and strength. Okay, so communication, lesson planning, working with learners. Okay, so these are kind of the 4 sections that you want to make sure that you have got in your CV. Okay, so you need your basic details like your name and your surname and all that in it as well. Like you can also like put in your LinkedIn profile. If you have a LinkedIn profile, you can put your link in there. But don't just put a LinkedIn CV for those of you that do have that. Okay, I'm not answering TEFL certificate questions because it will take up the whole session. Go and watch the videos that are on the YouTube. I did post the YouTube link just now. Like, so just save that link and then you can go and watch. There's a whole section on TEFL certificates, okay? But I will say teacher record is not recognized by most companies at the moment. It is red flagged because it is a free certificate and a lot of people cheat with it. So at the moment it is red flag. So if you have that, a lot of companies might not accept it, okay? There might still be a few that do accept it, but the majority of your companies are not going to accept it. Okay. Your communication experience, your teaching, transferable skills, and short, clear structure. You don't need a long resume, but you have to be really clear, you have to be simple, and it has to be easy to read. Okay, so check out what you know about resumes from that you would apply with a normal job. Okay, a resume that you or a CV that you're applying to teach online is going to be a lot different to the ones that you would apply for a normal job. Also, I would say, like, when you are busy doing your CV, you want to go and check, like, what does the company require? Okay, go and check and see. Okay, this is what the company requires, A, B, C, D, E, F. This is what they're asking you, can you do? Okay, then you need to take all of those things that they've asked you that you need to be able to do, and you must make sure that it's included in your CV. Okay, so if they say you need to do A to Z, like A to Z needs to be in your CV as well. You can include being an author. Okay, so that could go in for like writing, like English writing. You could help students with their writing skills. Okay, it's a big in a lot of demand. There's often people wanting to take writing lessons, learn how to write. Okay, so let's think about now transferable skills. Okay, you probably have what you need already. You just have to think outside of the box, like Rose, for instance. Even if you've never taught before, you may already have customer service experience, coaching or mentoring, and communication skills. Okay, all of these count. You just have to be really creative about how you put it in your CV. Let me know in the comment box, like, what transferable skills you have already. Okay, I know we have an author already over here. I saw customer service earlier. What else do you guys have that you can transfer and you think, okay, I could use that as having taught something or someone? Life coaching, okay, perfect. And HR, accounting, bookkeeper. There's a lot of people that want business English, and business English is like a really big niche. Customer service, training, facilitation and script writing, events management, okay? And I'm sure like you had to organize people and maybe train people with events management. Public speaking is really big. Like if you had to go onto like Amazing Talker or onto Preply, you could use that as like your niche, public speaking, and being a tutor. Okay. Sign language certificate, great. Add that in. Like maybe you could use something. You might attract some people that might need that. In entrepreneurship. Okay, so you guys have got lots of skills here. You just need to look at how you can include them in your CV to make them relevant. Okay, so you don't want to, you need to tailor your CV to being created for the ESL markets. Okay, you don't want to, like, even though you've got all of these skills, you don't want it to sound like you're applying for a tourism job or a management job. Okay, you need to make sure that it looks like you're applying for the ESL, but transfer your skills so that it shows that you have these skills that can be used for teaching. So even if you haven't ever taught online and you haven't done that experience, you can transfer those. Okay, you guys have got a lot of skills here. Like home-based tourism, training, management, auditor, data capturing. Okay, just think about like how you can use those things as in teaching online. Like which area would it fall into? Like what training area could you put it into? Okay, so people make a lot of resume mistakes when they're actually doing their resume. So avoid these mistakes, like too much information, pages and pages and pages of certificates and information. Okay, they got to lose you in the system. No focus on your communication skills. Okay, so like this is really important. Like make sure that your communication skills come out and that you formatted your CV incorrectly. These are things that get people rejected really quickly. Okay, and after day 3, for those that have been on all 3 days, like I'm going to send you a CV like template, like a resume template that's going to go out with the end package. Okay, so you could use that and then you could just like add your parts into it and you can adapt it to work on it. Okay, but in the meantime, like I think I did tell some of you yesterday, like write out your script, write out your script for your introduction video, like start putting all these things together. So like maybe when you get the template later, you can add it in and then you can start putting it together and start applying for those jobs. Okay, let's move on to introduction videos. So your introduction video is equal to your opportunity. Okay. This is one of the most important parts. Companies want to see how do you speak? How do you sound when you speak? What your personality is like and your confidence again. They want to see that you are confident. So this is the time for you to shine. Okay. And people find introduction videos really scary and very daunting. And so a lot of people just procrastinate about doing them and you never ever end up doing them. And then you never end up applying. Okay, let's look at what to say. Like you want to come out with who you are, where you're from, how you help students, and a friendly close. Okay, and somewhere in between that, you can add like a couple of like that you are TEFL, you have a TEFL certificate and you have a degree. So you want to work it in, but that's your simple structure. Keep it simple. You don't need to sound perfect. You just need to sound clear, and you need to sound friendly. It's really important to be clear when you speak and friendly. So practice so that you do sound clear, that they can hear what you're actually saying. Don't talk too fast, because South Africans tend to talk quite fast. So just like think about your speed of your speech when you're talking as well. Okay, so let's do this one. Put it into the chat box, like, hi, my name is, I come from, like, how would you start it off? How would you start your introduction video off? Let's see a couple of you guys putting it in the chat box. Like, how would you start your introduction video? How would your friendly greeting, what would your friendly greeting be like? If you watch the replay, pop it in the comments. I'm going to go into the replays and I'm going to check everybody's comments to see what everybody has done. Okay, hello, my name is teacher Soraya. I hope I said that right. And I am from sunny South Africa. Great, nice start. Let's see what else. Okay, so when you've done that, Soraya, you can go into the second one. Who you teach. Think about who do you teach. I teach ... learners. What is your niche? If you know what it is already. Good day, my name is Gustav Smith. I am from the Northern Cape, South Africa. Hi, my name is Rose and I'm from beautiful South Africa. Hello, my name is Noliso from South Africa. Okay, so you want to sound like that. You want to sound nice and friendly, and just really come across as a friendly person. I teach both children and adults, and I'm super excited to be your English teacher. Together, we work on your speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills while building your confidence to use English naturally and fluently. You wrote that really fast. Okay, good job. Hello, my name is Teacher Tandeka, but you can call me Teacher T for short. Nice. I'm from Newcastle in South Africa, like that. That's great. And again, like, that's great, Tandeka. If you think that someone's going to maybe struggle to say your name, you say that. Just call me Teacher T. Okay. Hello, my name is Teacher Precious. I'm from Durban in South Africa. I prepared it earlier today as per our homework. Yay, well done for doing your homework. Good job. Yay, 10 out of 10. Well done. Okay, Soraya, I've seen that you've done that part. Think about your teaching, because you've done 3 as well. Your teaching style. My lessons are something and something. Think about how your lessons can be. Hi, my name is Teacher Really. Your certified English TEFL certificate from South Africa. Okay, rather don't put certified English TEFL certificate in that part, because it makes it sound like you can add it in later. Okay, just like a really friendly greeting in the beginning. Like maybe you can say later that you have a TEFL certificate. Sorry, I'm losing everybody here. Hi, my name is Clapton. I have experience in retail where I developed strong communication, customer service, teacher, and sales skills. My classes, okay, so yeah, good. My classes are fun, friendly, and full of support, so you can learn comfortably and enjoy every step of your journey. Like it? That's really great. Hello, my name is Tando Kazi. I hope I said it right. From East London, I teach foundation phase. I like my class lovely and warm. Okay, so we can change that a little bit, and maybe don't put foundation phase in there, because worldwide it's not going to be like foundation phase. Like people from Asia and even people from Europe might not know what foundation phase is. Okay, so maybe you can put rather an age in there. I teach ages 4 to 7 years, or I teach, okay, so like put an age group in there rather, or I teach primary school students. That would definitely help. Hello, I'm Carol. I'm from KZN, South Africa. I teach conversational English to both young children and adults. I encourage making mistakes in my class because we learn better through the real life situations and conversation. Okay, so I wouldn't say I encourage making mistakes, okay? I would take that out, because if you're targeting maybe your Asian students, they might not like that sentence in there. You could say something like, it's okay to, like somewhere near the end, and it's okay to make mistakes because we learn from our mistakes. But I wouldn't put it right in the beginning. Through life situations and conversations. Maybe you can add that part in the end. And let me see what else we've got here. And do one more. Okay, so you guys have a look at the rest of these ones, like number 3, number 4. Think about your teaching style. A lot of people struggle with that one. Like, what is your teaching style? Can any of you think about that? How would your lessons be? Like, my lessons are fun and interactive, or my lessons are, how would you say? What would you say your teaching style is? Okay, and then once you've done that, I want you to think about number 5, your closing. I look forward to meeting you. Like, how would you close? See you in the classroom. I look forward to seeing you. Can't wait to meet you and see you in the class. Okay, fun and easy. My lessons are fun and easy. Okay. Hello, my name is Teacher Lebo. I'm from the vibrant and friendly city of Johannesburg. I'm passionate about teaching and the English language. I love working with children, preferably from ages 5 to 10. Good. I can't wait to see you in my class very soon. Okay, nice ending. Because you want to always have a call to action, like you want them to come back to you. So like you want them to come back. Can't wait to start a journey with you. Good. That's very nice. I like that. I just want to see if I missed anything here. Fun and easy to understand. Okay. Which number feels hard for you? Like, which ones do you think would be the most difficult for you to put out? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? 4. Your teaching style. A lot of people struggle with that one more than any. Okay, I see lots of 4s coming out. Okay, and how you can help. So these are all things that you can go back with your homework tonight and really think about it. Like, think about how you could put all of these things together to make it really nice teaching style. Okay, so go back and think, how are you as a person? And put that into your teaching style, because it's really important. Okay, good job, everyone. Nice work there. Okay, so in your introduction video, you don't need to explain your whole CV, okay, because they have your CV for that. You don't have to mention every single qualification you've ever done in your life. You don't apologize for your accent, okay? Don't do that. Don't sound teacherish, okay? Because you want to come across as friendly. Clarity beats confidence, okay? So first you need to become really clear, and then when you're clear about what you want, then you're going to sound confident, okay? So when you're clear about putting everything together, then you're going to sound confident afterwards. The confidence is going to come by practicing and being clear about what you want to say in your introduction video. Okay, so who has been overthinking the introduction video and just hasn't got anywhere? Raymond says, I'm Raymond from Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm a TEFL certified teacher. I love sharing knowledge in a friendly and welcoming manner. Look forward to meeting you soon. Good. Okay, you might just have to add a little bit more detail into that when it's at the end. Definitely me, that's me. Okay. And I've made mine 3 times and it's not going at all. Okay, Chantal, like what I suggest doing, okay, is don't just record, like do a script. Okay, like I said yesterday, write out your script. Like a script is, I think, is really important. Put all these things, put these points down, and then think about like how can, so put all your things into your script. Okay, practice your script. Maybe practice it to somebody that you know, and then from there start recording it after that. Okay, because if you've already done your script and you've already practiced it, you're going to feel much more confident when you actually put that camera on and you see yourself on the camera. And remember, when you film, you don't want to film in portrait, you want to be filming in landscape. Okay. I also don't want to sound too much or sound like someone else. Exactly. You want to sound like yourself and you want your personality to come through as well. Okay. So you want to make it professional. Okay. You need good lighting, you need clear audio, you need friendly tone, and you need eye contact. Okay. So it's really important. Like have a ring light, make sure that your audio sounds clear. Be friendly. And like even if you're feeling like really nervous and scared, really like go and feel and go and do that. Okay. Make eye contact. When you're busy, to make eye contact with the camera so it looks like you're looking at that camera and that you're looking at them. Okay, let me see what I can see here. Okay, that's a very good question. Do we prepare the introduction videos for learners or our potential employers? Who is it directed to exactly? Okay, so it's if you apply into an ESL company, the employers are going to look at it, okay, and they're going to see what your introduction video is like, okay, and from that they are going to pick you, okay, to come in for maybe for an interview or for a demo lesson. But that video often will get put onto their website for all their students to see as well. So you want to like make out as like you're going to do it as though students are going to see it, okay? Because eventually students will see it, but keeping in mind that the employer is going to be watching it as well. Okay, if you are applying to a marketing platform like Preply, Amazing Talker, italki, it's definitely for the students, okay? The admin is going to check it out first, but it's going to be loaded onto your profile. So the first thing that students see when they come to your profile is they're going to see your introduction video. So it has to be filmed for your students. Okay. And a lot of ESL companies, the students are actually going to see your introduction video. You need to be friendly. Okay. So I would definitely smile as much as you can. Okay. You want to appear like really friendly, but without it looking fake. Like Amanda, you don't want to look fake. I interviewed for a company that required me to have a backup power, but it's not feasible in this economic. So I maybe don't apply to a company that's asking you for that. Okay, a lot because South Africa was having all of those power failures at one stage. They did want you to have a backup power supply, but like maybe you can just get like a simple, not an inverter. The other ones that you do get, those cheap little battery things that would give you a bit of power. And then maybe have that if you are getting really stuck. Yes, a UPS. Thank you. I couldn't think of the name. Okay, maybe, and UPS is much cheaper. You can get those like cheaper ones. And so I have an inverter, but I did have a UPS when I first started. So maybe you can show them a picture of the UPS and say, this is my backup supply. But there are some companies don't ask you for that. Okay, Takealot. I bought my inverter on Takealot and my batteries on Takealot, and my UPS came from Takealot too. Okay, so UPSs, I'm not sure what the price are, but kind of if you're looking at an inverter, good quality inverter is going to probably cost you like 10 grand. With the 2 battery supplies, it's going to last you for a long time. But maybe like we haven't had, or touch wood, we haven't had load shedding for a really long time. So hopefully we're not going to have it anytime soon again. Okay, so maybe you are struggling with it, maybe a UPS is going to be your answer. Maybe someone can just look up, I can't get onto my stuff at the moment, like on Takealot, how much a UPS costs, and like you can pop it into the chat box over there. Anybody that does know how much one costs, but then at least you can show them that you've got something if they are asking you that. I know with South Africa got a really bad reputation at one stage because people were like canceling a lot of their lessons because they couldn't do them. Okay, Carol says 2,000 for a UPS. Okay, so just like you have to try and find or borrow one from someone or something for your interview if you're having to show something like that. Okay, it's like think outside of the box. Power station or laptop power bank is a very handy alternative. Yes, it is, and at least it shows them that you've got something. Okay, you've got something in case there's a power failure, that you've got something to tide you over for a little bit of time. Obviously, that's not going to last for very long. And if you do, like, if we do run into like a whole lot of load shedding again, then you're going to have to look at getting something like an inverter, because you have to keep going for like 4 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours when the power's off. If we go to like stage 6 or something again, that's you're going to definitely have to do that. Okay. Let's go on. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about I just want to check what the time is because, okay, we're good still. Essential equipment. Okay, so someone asked me the other day, do I need a laptop? And the answer to that is you really do need a laptop. Okay, there's very few companies that you can work for that doesn't require you. Thanks, Clapton. Okay, guys, Clapton's just put some pictures on there, so in the chat, so just have a look at them. And there's a couple of prices over there that you can see. Okay, someone asked me the other day, like, do you need a computer or do you need a laptop? And the answer is definitely yes. You do need one. There is very few companies that you can work for without having a laptop, okay, or a computer. Maybe Palfish you can apply for, and you can do it on your phone. That is like, that's their requirements, but a lot of people link their phone to like a tablet or to their computer because it's very, very difficult to teach on your phone. It's like so tiny and you're having to write and you're having to see stuff. It's like so difficult. Okay. Yeah, you need to like look and see like you definitely need a laptop. Okay, so like most people do have laptops, like a lot of people do have like laptops, but as you say, Kariba, you have to look and see like what are the specs that the company is asking. That's why I'm saying to you, do your research before you apply. Okay, so have a look and see what does the company require from me before I apply to that company, and do I have those things that the company requires me to have? Like have a look and see like in their specs, what do they want you to have? And if you don't have that, there's no point applying to that company because you're just wasting an application and you're wasting a lot of time. Go and look for the companies that you can actually apply to. A reliable computer or laptop is just the cornerstone of your online teaching. Okay, so this is the investment that you probably have to make, and ensure your device meets the system requirements of whatever your chosen online teaching platform is. A device with a strong processor, ample RAM, and sufficient storage will provide smooth operations during virtual classes and minimize any technical glitches. Like if you're teaching on Classroom, your CPU has to be below a certain amount because the program just doesn't run properly if you don't have enough space on your computer. And the same is like some companies, you have to load their platform onto your computer, and then you have to use their teaching platform on, so it's like a Zoom or whatever, but the platform for the company. Often it takes up a lot of space and it will make your computer really slow. So you need to make sure that you have enough RAM and your processor is strong enough to be able to handle the demand that you're going to be putting on. Otherwise, you're going to have technical glitches all the time. It's going to be very frustrating for you. Okay, then you need like a high-speed internet connection. Okay, so check and see that you do have a good enough, like if you're in the city, then there's probably no problem because you're able to get fiber. But like if you're out in the countryside or you're in a smaller town, maybe you're not going to have such good internet connection. So try, if you can, go for fiber. Like for me, I have a very strong line so that other people in my household can still play games and watch TV and stuff. Okay, but a minimum upload and download speed. So don't just look at download. You need to make sure that your upload is correct as well, because you're going to be uploading things and downloading. So your minimum speed that most companies require is about 10 megabytes per second. Okay, some companies ask you for 20, but a lot of them are 10. So, and remember, if you only buy 10 meg line, you're not always going to get 10 out of it unless you plug directly into your internet line. You're going to get less. Okay, so make sure that your internet speed is correct, because a lot of online ESL companies are going to check your internet speed when you actually do your interview. Okay, so that's one thing you actually have to do. I get, my point is that not the affordable that can cause procrastination in starting, because one can't require the requirements but has a zeal for it. Exactly. Like maybe you can start to get things together then. Like see what you can get. But like you're definitely going to need a laptop. You're going to need headphones. Like there are like the minimum requirements that you do have to have. Okay. So internet is really important. The next thing is a webcam and a microphone. Okay, a microphone and a webcam. These two components are like really essential for effective communication with your students. So a good webcam, a lot of computers come with an inbuilt webcam, and that will be sufficient. But like my husband's laptop, for instance, like we never realized it when we bought it. It didn't actually have a webcam. So like you have to then go and buy one of those webcams that will give you a clear visual. And then just like a headset with a microphone. And I would say, and make sure that you get like a noise cancelling microphone as well when you do it. Okay. Again, go look on Takealot if you're from South Africa. You're going to get like a good gaming headset from there that's got noise cancelling and it's not too expensive. These ones I've got are SoulSense and they're quite good. But they're gaming headphones. But the Logitech ones are not very expensive and they're quite a good quality one as well. Okay, so those are two things that you're definitely going to need as well. I would say this one you don't need 5. Like, you don't need a camera or visual, but you do need like, you're going to need something that's going to be able to like read PDFs, okay, like a PDF document reader. Okay, and then lighting equipment. Proper lighting is essential to make sure that you're clearly visible. So natural lighting is good. So if you have a window somewhere near you, they natural light during the day, but in the night you want to make sure you've got a good quality LED ring light. And those desk lamps, I see a lot of my students from China have them. Like these amazing, and I want to actually get one. Like it's a really great desk lamp and it comes over your laptop and over you like this, and it shines like here, and it like lights up this whole area. So I'm going to look and see if I can find something similar to that now, because it's better. Like those ring lights are really great, but if you're wearing glasses, you can see the rings in your glasses. I don't really like that, but they are really good for lighting. Okay, so maybe something that can record lessons in case students are wanting a recording of the lesson. That's if you're working for yourself, you might need that. But if you're working for an ESL company, they're probably going to be recording your lesson anyway. Okay, and then you have to choose an online teaching platform. Like if you work for a company, they're going to tell you what you need to use. So you need to make sure you've got ClassIn and Zoom and maybe Google Meet. Microsoft Teams is very popular lately. A lot of people use Teams. The European companies like the Teams. But you'll see like your Hong Kong companies and Taiwan companies and your Southeast Asian companies still might use Zoom. Okay, and China can't use Zoom, so they use ClassIn and another one that's similar to Zoom, which is called Foof. Okay, so you have to familiarize yourself with what the companies actually uses. Make sure you know that before you go for your demo lesson, what platform you're going to be using, and make sure you know how to use that. Okay. So I just want to go through this quickly, and then I want to tell you about my membership. Okay, so interview preparation. Don't skip this, okay? When you're going for an interview, make sure that you do prepare for an interview. Many people get to the interview and then they panic because they don't know they were going to get asked questions. Preparation makes all the difference to this. Okay. You are going to be asked things like, why do you want to teach? Okay, how do you help students? What makes you a good teacher? You might be asked also things like, how would you manage classroom behavior in an online classroom? How would you help a shy student? Okay, there's a lot of those kind of questions. Again, I have a whole interview section on the YouTube channel. You can go there and you can go watch it. It will give you like a lot of different answers. Okay, so your answers should always be clear, really clear. It should be positive, and it should be always student focused. Bring it always back to being student focused. Don't complicate it. Okay, so here we go. Answer this question. Why do you want to teach English online? Okay, pretend I'm your interviewer. Answer it in the chat box. In this field, you also have to get over vanity. How do I look? Can cause stagnancy for a lot of us. Of course, it does. And also seeing yourself on camera can be like really scary, like in the beginning, like getting to see yourself there and talking and stuff is like super scary. So it's like good, like even when you're doing something like you're doing today, just like keeping your camera open so you can see yourself on screen. Get yourself used to seeing. It does, Courtney. It really does. Okay, seeing yourself on camera is really very scary for the first few times. Okay, like you think, okay, look how I look. But like afterwards, you get so used to seeing yourself on camera that you kind of don't see yourself anymore on camera, if that makes sense. Okay, so answer this question in the chat, guys. Why do you want to teach English online? Okay, so Chantal says, I love working with kids and expanding my language. Okay. You could maybe say to Chantal, like, add in, like, you like working with people from different cultures instead of just saying expanding your language. Maybe you could say something like, you like working with people from different cultures and learning about their different ways of life and language. This is so okay. I enjoy teaching and learning about other cultures. Lovely. I like it. I enjoy transferring. Okay, they might not understand that sentence, Rose. So maybe you might want to phrase it in a different way. I like teaching English online because I enjoy helping people learn and grow. Nice. I like that. It's fulfilling. Whoops. I lost it. It went too fast away. It's fulfilling to see students improve and gain confidence. I also like meeting people from different cultures and making lessons fun and engaging. Captain, I like it. That's really great. Well done. That's good. Let's see. If you're watching the replay, pop this in the replay too. I'm going to go and have a look at it. Courtney, I want to get out of my comfort zone and learn about new cultures and how they do things. Okay, rather don't say, I want to get out of my comfort zone when you go into an interview. Like, it's fine to think that to yourself, but maybe don't put that in your answer at that. But learning the new culture part and how they do things, that's a great answer. Okay. I want to teach English online because I love helping students to become confident in speaking English fluently as an English home language speaker. Good. Karibo, to integrate the world beyond what it is, because a lot of what is happening affects us all. So we need a universal language to discuss it. Okay. You could maybe phrase it a little bit differently. Maybe don't put in about what's happening around us affects us all, because you don't want people to think anything like the world. You don't want to be involved in like world politics or world like stuff. Like you don't want them to think that's what you're meaning. So maybe phrase that a little bit differently. Like maybe like you really want to help your students to be able to learn a universal language that would help them in maybe in their business, work situations, and also if they want to travel the world, that they're able to communicate in every country. I like learning more about other cultures. I love interacting with people, in this case, teaching. I like working with people from different cultures and helping them to speak English fluently. I've always had a passion, for English from a young age. I believe that sharing what I already know to those who want to learn, don't say wanna, who want to learn will be fulfilling. Okay, like that. That's great. That's a nice answer. In my previous work environment in the hospitality industry, I interacted with people from different parts of the world and realized that some of them were having challenges in communication. Hence, I thought I could improve their travel experience by equipping them with English communication skills before they could travel. Wow, Raymond, that's a lovely answer. Like that. That is a really great answer. Okay, nice. You brought in like some of your experience into that, like your other work experience that you've had. That's great. Nice answer. Simply English is the universal language, and it would be great for me to contribute someone's life in knowing and communicating with the language. Okay, good. Okay. I want to help my students learn and grow. Okay, people like sentences like that as well. It's like showing that you're thinking about the student and how you're going to help them. Nice going, guys. Well done. Okay, so these are all like things that you can think about. Teaching is a calling. I approach with professionalism and a deep sense of commitment. My aim as an English instructor is to assist the diverse learners grow in literacy and be confident to communicate in the ever-evolving world. Okay, so don't use complicated language. Like I would definitely tone that down and make it more simple. Okay, because remember, like people that are going to be interviewing you might not have English as a first language. So you want to know that they know what you mean as well. So like just take what you've said there and make it like a little bit simpler and easier to understand. Okay, good job, everybody. That's really good thinking there. Okay, so bonus reminder, don't forget about your bonus. Remember, if you attend all 3 stays, you're going to get the Let's Get Hired starter pack. And tomorrow is the final day. Okay, day 3 is getting your first job. Tomorrow we're going to cover where to apply, what companies to start with, and your step-by-step plan to getting hired. Okay, those are the things we're going to be going through tomorrow. But tonight, like for your homework, go through those things that we've discussed, see like how you can put it into practice. I'm going to upload this as a replay, so if you do need to go through any of it again, you're going to be able to do that. Okay, and I will take screenshots at the end for all those that have been online. Okay, so maybe you still have questions. I want to tell you about my teacher membership, not the free one, the paid membership. Okay, which gateways are best to use? Like, how do I find students? How do I communicate? How do I find a curriculum? What software do I use? Okay, like everyone has so many questions in the beginning. I know I did. Okay, so would you like to have someone who can help you and guide you over every obstacle so you can build your thriving online teaching business and attract high-paying clients while using proven methods and strategies so that you can start living your lives on your own terms as a teacher? Okay, so option number one is you can go with this alone. You can go and Google things. You don't need to have support. But this runs a risk of you maybe struggling to lay a solid foundation and missing the mark on attracting and converting your students and not getting hired. Okay, or you can go for option two, where you can 100% commit to taking action and changing the direction of your life, okay, and becoming a successful online teacher so that you can take back your power and your freedom as a teacher, okay, and really get that dream job that you have been wanting to do. Okay, so I want to tell you about my membership. Okay, so this is my paid membership. It's different to the membership, the free membership that I shared with you earlier. Okay, this is a one-of-a-kind membership program that tells exactly how to start your online teaching business by proven step-by-step systems, guidance, and support to get you started the right way. We remove all the guesswork and uncertainty that comes with the territory so that you can become an online teacher with ease and confidence, okay? You're going to learn proven strategies, gain support, and grow your online teaching career with a thriving teaching community with daily, weekly, and monthly trainings. It's really awesome. And it's quite a small group, so it's not a lot of people in there, so you get individual attention. Okay, so what you experience in this program is how to build a solid foundation for your online teaching business using proven methods, how to create a teaching brand that stands out from the crowd, how to navigate tech. We remove like all the overwhelm, okay? I don't know if any of you struggle with tech, okay? Because a lot of people do, okay? Like we really help you with this, okay? And how to create and deliver a successful demo lesson. We have demo lesson practices every month. So if you're wanting to practice a demo lesson, like once a month, you have your own 25 minutes time that you can practice a demo lesson. Okay, that we have once a month. You will know how to build a successful resume. You write your script, you send it to me, I tweak it for you, I send it back to you. And then you fix it, you send it back to me, and I send it back to you until it is right. Okay, so I help you with your resume. You learn how to be a successful teacher. I help you with your introduction video. We do your script first, and then you do your recording, and we go backwards and forwards until it is right. We provide you with templates, trackers, worksheets, lessons, planning. Okay, you learn how to overcome simple problems in the classroom. And we also look at trial lessons and how to ace your trial lesson. Okay, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, included in the membership is the Let's Get Hired course, which was a standalone course I used to sell. But I've now added it into the teaching community, into the paid one. There's 6 different modules. There's about 80 or 90 lessons, video lessons. Okay, it teaches you everything from A to Z about teaching English online, like literally how to open a PayPal account, how to open a Payoneer account, how to open a Wise account, how to use Zoom, how to use Classroom, how to do a demo lesson, how to do a trial lesson, literally everything, how to teach kids, how to teach adults, how to plan a lesson. Anything you need to know is in this course, and it's included in the monthly membership. It's really great. And you're getting it as part. You don't have to pay separately for it. Okay, and the price is $25 a month, which I don't know with the exchange rate at the moment. It's kind of, the exchange rate is changing all the time. Maybe it's like 420 Rand or 430 Rand. I'm not really sure what the exchange rate is tonight, but it's $25 a month. You can stay in it for as long as you want to. If you think, okay, I'm just going to join for 1 month, then you just join for 1 month. If you think, okay, I need this for 3 months or 4 months, then you're welcome to stay in for as long as you need to. Okay, so you get weekly content drop. Like each week you get new, easy to follow lessons, tips, strategies on topics like how to find students, how to market yourself online, using teaching platforms. Everything's designed to help you to take action and get results really quickly. Okay, there's daily motivations and focus, like maybe there's a positive mindset training or a 10-day quick challenge. There's always something going on in the community that you can use to help yourself with. There's 2 monthly live Zoom calls. So twice a month we meet for live coaching and Q&A sessions. But this month I've done a Q&A session. Like on Monday we did a Q&A session. And next week we're going to do 5 days live. Actually, sorry, it's 5 days live training. And it's like a sprint. We're doing a sprint where like you're going to get everything ready to apply. Okay, so from the beginning, getting started. So there's going to be homework every night. And then by the 5th day, you're going to be ready to apply for your job. Okay, so that's the kind of thing that we're doing. That's this month's one that we're busy doing. There's all the old trainings and all the old Zoom calls are loaded into the classroom as well. Sorry, just need something to drink. So you can go in and you can check all the things from last month and the month before. Everything is in there for you to go through. Every second month, there's a guest speaker that comes in to teach you something else. There's a resource library in the classroom, which has templates and checklists, lesson ideas, icebreakers, okay, everything to get you started. And it's something to help keep you accountable to reach your goals, okay? And as I said, it's $25 a month, okay? And I will pop the link once I've stopped the share screen. Okay, so this is to help you overcome. Our school has no tech, so that makes things more challenging. I feel like all the signs are leading me into doing this regardless of how scared I am. Okay, that's good. Okay, so this membership is like really there to really help you to overcome the uncertainty of how to move forward. Okay, like I'm there to be your mentor to help you when you have a problem. Like I have like someone that's like, oh, I'm having a demo lesson like next week. Can you help me? Can you check this thing out? Okay, that's what I'm there for. Okay, so like there to help you overcome the fear of failing. You're going to develop a stronger mindset and skill set because you're going to feel prepared. Okay. And if you want to go into marketing platforms or you want to go into independent teacher, like you're going to get all that knowledge that's going to be there to help you with that. Okay, like often we want to do something, but then we think, oh, I've got no time to do this. I'm drained. Like I've got family and all these other things. I don't have time for extra course or extra something. Okay, but this you can kind of do in your own time. But I would definitely say if you're joining the monthly membership, be part of the live coaching because it's really good. There's always a replay available, but live coaching is good because you can ask your questions. And I always make it really interactive as well. Okay. Okay, so like maybe you have some of these things. Okay, just once again, $25 to get started, and that's it. I'm going to stop my screen, and I'm just going to get that link for you quickly to pop it in. And I must take these screenshots before I forget for your at the end. Well done to those of you whose cameras are open. Rose, I've seen you 2 days in a row with your camera open. I noticed you yesterday because you were also at the top of my screen yesterday. So that's why I've seen you. Okay, let me just grab that link for you guys quickly. And I'll pop it into the chat box. It will also be in the replay link as well. Okay. Let me pop it here. If you've got any more questions, pop them in the comment box quick. And I'll see if there's anything else that needs to be answered before tomorrow. Okay, there we go. There's the link. Okay. Well done to you guys for like coming in and giving up your time. Hopefully you got a little bit more clarity about everything. Like go back and do some homework and like really put things together. And like start thinking about your introduction video, start thinking about all those things and how you can structure them so that you can get them done and you can start applying to those jobs so that you're not sitting here next year still wondering like, how am I going to get started? Like you want to actually take action and start putting your knowledge into practice and start applying for those jobs. Okay, so well done, guys. Well done and thanks very much for being interactive and for answering the questions and doing some work tonight. Okay, everybody, I will see you all tomorrow night again. Same link for tomorrow night, same time. I'll grab you all tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.